Now it's time to get your geek on. Demetrius is here with the wrap-up of all the coolest tech from the coolest tech show.
That's right, Maggie. It's the Consumer Electronics Show and is known for being the place to show off the future of technology. That's right, Shelby. On Sunday, the Denver Broncos and the Seattle Seahawks face off in Super Bowl 48 in New Jersey. And the weather is all that everyone is talking about. But for now, people just want to have some fun, and the pregame action is right here in New York City. Phishing scams are the most popular scams that criminals use to steal identities and then use other people's credit card information online. Now, it comes from the word phishing, like you would do with a rod, because scammers hope to lure you into clicking or biting on the link to a website that looks like the real thing. Scott, a new study shows the healthcare law known as Obamacare could cost millions of jobs. But, of course, whether it's a good or a bad thing all depends on who you ask.
And Demetrius is here with more about a new face on the red carpet.
That's right, Tom. Of course, we'll have everybody's favorite celebrities, Bruno Mars, Taylor Swift, even Justin Timberlake. But there will also be a high school music teacher holding a Grammy this year. He's the first ever Grammy Music Educator Award winner announced this week. For now, that order is only going to affect people that work for the federal government. The president hopes that Congress will eventually agree to pass a bill that will raise wages for all workers, but many business owners that pay minimum wage are pushing back. Many users claim that Facebook was poking around in their private and personal information and providing that content over to marketers to create more targeted advertisement. Since the 1950s, the Nielsen rating system has been the primary source of audience measurement around the world. But with mobile devices, online streaming, and DVRs, it's been much harder to figure out just who's watching today's popular shows. Astronauts wear a liquid-cooled layer under their suits to help regulate body temperature, and it's believed the cooling water from that undersuit is what leaked into the helmet. Welcome to the South Bronx in New York City. Nearly half of the residents here live below the poverty line.
I know that so many people in this community could benefit from producing their own food.
1 in 3 families here is classified as food insecure, meaning there's not enough food to support their family, or healthy food options are limited, leading the South Bronx to become one of the most unhealthy and obese areas in the country. But hope for change is growing in this concrete jungle with the Green Bronx Machine.
We started by growing food in small gardens and plots of land in our neighborhoods and elsewhere in other communities that were troubled as well. This one's parsley.
Michaela Ritz, one of the founding members of the Green Bronx Machine, is hoping to harvest more than just greens.
This is a good one.
They want to cultivate the minds of young people by educating them on the importance of eating healthier.
They grow it, they eat it, and they take ownership of it. We're seeing kids who didn't even know where their food come from now differentiate between very expensive brands of lettuce, which guess what? We're delighted to sell.
JVL Wildcat Academy is one of the schools in the South Bronx that works with the program. Students here, many of whom have had problems at other schools, come to Wildcat Academy for a second chance.
If it wasn't for them, I'll probably be out there cutting class, not going to school, doing wrong things with the wrong people.
You come to this school and you do your very best and you put your mind to it, you're gonna graduate and you're gonna go somewhere.
Both of these students started at Wildcat Academy in the culinary program, with dreams of one day working in the kitchen professionally. So when the school offered them an opportunity to grow some of the foods that they were working with, they jumped at the idea. And so they were introduced to hydroponics.
In a very brief and simple definition, it's growing nutritious vegetables through water. So the water carries the nutrients to everything versus the soil.
Which is perfect for an urban setting where soil is hard to come by. More than half of the world's population currently lives in what is considered an urban area. But by 2050, that number is projected to increase to 70%, and the amount of available farmland will decrease. Urban gardens could be a way to solve that problem without putting strain on the environment. Today, the students are putting together hydroponic towers, an energy-efficient way to garden in a small indoor space with very few limits on what they can grow.
We have kale, we have some arugula spring mix. Here's a piece of Bronx broccoli.
Bronx broccoli right here?
Yeah,
Okay.
check that out.
Bronx broccoli.
So far, the Green Bronx Machine has harvested over 30,000 pounds of vegetables, some of which has made its way into soup kitchens, local farmers markets, and even, much closer to home for these students, the JVL culinary program. A new, healthier lifestyle has been planted in the South Bronx. And for this crop of students, many of the lessons learned throughout this program will continue to grow for many years to come.
When I plant something, I think of it like myself. Like I still need to grow. So I guess these plants just need a lot of care and attention, and then they'll grow to its full potential. Just like me, I'll one day grow up to be a man and with my full potential.
Demetrius Pipkin, Channel 1 News.